Tabletop Time. Asked to attend the event Arc40k and build a giant Titan graveyard, Tabletop Time commenced the largest project of their careers.
We started off strong by cutting a Warlord Titan in half.
And then we added a Warlord Gatling gun to the board, making an epic trench.
Memorializing the epic Deus Tempestus from the book Mechanicum, we created the haunting dead legs of a Warlord Titan.
Then we tore a hole right through a Reaver Titan's body.
In the next video, we realized we had the top of a Warlord Titan to do something with, so we buried it in the ground.
And I made the ultimate honorable sacrifice as I pulled my own Warhound Titan off the shelf to build this board in time for the event, as our Reavers hadn't arrived.
Following that, we did not build a Titan, we built part of the city that has lain here in ruins ever since this epic battle.
Last video, we built a Chaos Reaver Titan in one day.
And now for the epic conclusion to Tabletop Time's massive Titan graveyard board.
It's Tabletop Time! I'm Dave!
Ooh, I'm Jen!
And we're here at Arc, and we've just brought our Titan board here and finished it. But if you want to see the journey of how that happened, well, watch this video. We're going to show you the final stage.
Whoosh. All right, team.
Hi.
Hello.
It is past 10 p.m.
It is.
and it is time to start assessing the board. This is probably the most complete you've seen the board together, everyone. But we have some decisions to make. We put it together because we wanted to basically work out how to bring it together as a final product. Looking around the board, what do we think? What do we think about positioning, last minute chance to move things,
Well,
etc.?
I think it's really important that if you're walking past and seeing this, you should be able to see something really clearly from every side of the board. So if you're standing where you are, Dave, it's a bit barren.
Yeah, so despite having like the top half of a Warlord Titan, there's actually not much going on over here. We're thinking we can fill out this area a little bit. We've got some Mechanicus terrain.
Just to give a bit of verticality, a little bit of line of sight, a little bit of something to play around with.
We were worried we weren't going to fit it in, but I think this is reason enough to fit in the hand.
Yes! Oh, if we can have a claw coming up that people can put an objective marker in, I don't care if that's not the most efficient place to put an objective marker. You can have an objective marker in the hand of a Warlord Titan. You want that more than you care about 3 inches of whatever. You want that more than anyone's ever cared about 3 inches in their life.
That's one way to put it.
All right, we're delirious. It's time to get to work. I gotta say, I've said it a few times in the video it happened in, but I'm so glad we actually have represented all 3 classes of Titans that are available at full scale. Oh no, there's the Nemesis Warbringer with the Quake Cannon.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Cancel everything.
No one cares about that. That's like some new thing they invented like 3 years ago. Reavers, Warhounds, Warlords, and Imperators. Get on it, Games Workshop. Nemesis Warbringer. Today's sponsor is Terragon Tiles, a fully modular magnetic system for you to build your own campaign boards, game boards, for pretty much anything you can imagine with their awesome interlocking hex-based tile system. Terragon Tiles came to life thanks to an amazing, successful Kickstarter that brought these tiles to many gamers around the world. But now they're available on their website for sale, and you can pick them up too. There's some awesome new things coming along for Terragon Tiles, and I've also just spied on their website some very cool magnetic gaming coasters. So you can stack up those coasters, store them away nicely, and also be able to have somewhere to rest your beer.
Terragon tiles are made entirely in the USA from the finest rare earth magnets. They come in a huge variety of colors and even transparency, so you can create whatever scene you wish.
Now, if you're not familiar with these high quality rare earth magnets, Terragon Tiles guarantees that their magnets will last for 1,000,000 games. That's a whole lot of satisfying magnet clickies. Whether setting up rapid campaign maps for games like Warhammer Epic, or if you're throwing together combat encounters for your games of Pathfinder or D&D. And for 10% off your order, make sure you use the code TABLETOPTIME to let them know we sent you. Links are in the description.
Now, the Tabletop crew are working so hard showing and filming what they're working on that what they're not taking enough time to show is this. Look at this. Look at this focus room. This insane crunch craziness. It's looking like fearfully caught on camera.
Quick, copyright.
Hi, camera.
Why?
Send help. And they have been working like crazy for weeks. And by the time the final video comes out, which this is in, it will have been a massive mammoth project that they are giving up. This is a commission. This is being given to House of War. It's going to be the top table at Arc40k, and then it's going to live somewhere else. So they're putting in all this work. Dave has even sacrificed one of his Titans because of the time crunch, and they don't get anything to keep as a result. And I haven't been able to join in as much as I would like to in this project, but there is something I want to do to give them something to keep as a thanks for all the hard work they're doing. It's insane. These videos have been so cool to watch come together, and by the time I'm filming this video, they're still working on them. But by the time you see this, you've seen it all. So I got a plan. Amy has put together a little secret kit of goodies that I can use for a little project I have for them. Started off with my monster clay sculpt of the Purity wax seal. Now these typically tend to have skulls on them, so of course I sculpted a skull and added the touch of detail of a Tabletop Time logo on the forehead. Let's get culty, baby. The Purity seal in a place I was happy with, I gave it a little bit of a whack with a heat gun to make it look shiny and glossy, which would hopefully transfer to the final silicone mold for anything I pour into it to take on that shiny, glossy, waxy surface. With my little silicone mold made, it was time to create a resin pour, mixing in some acrylic paints that would create an opaque finish and hopefully a bit of a waxy effect. They turned out really cool. There was a slight tonal difference between them, which I just sort of mitigated by giving them all the misting in a glossy red spray. And then I set about handwriting the Purity seals each of the combatants in this dramatic challenge of craft. I think you're onto something good if you've made something that you would feel pretty bloody happy to get yourself. I really hope the guys enjoy these. Too much. Done it. I have made 3, I think, incredibly cool Purity seals. I kind of want one. I could make a tutorial on how to make these if you guys are interested, because pretty straightforward and really cool. Like, look at this. Oh my god. All that's left is to put together an absurd last-minute ceremony in the middle of their crunch time to award them their Purity seals. I would like to interrupt your mad dash towards the finish line. I know you still have a board to finish.
Has that been there long? I've been sick. I just didn't even notice that.
How many spray cans have you used today, Murray?
6.
You have all worked so hard making stuff that we don't even get to keep. It's going, we're gifting it away. You've been sacrificing. You were here till 2 a.m. last night. I wanted to give you something that you could keep. And I wanted to say thank you for how hard you've been working and something you can hold on to remember the crazy times that this board has been.
Oh, it's a shirt.
Emperor.
It's your shirt.
Oh. Underneath the royal shirt is an award.
Oh, that's so cool. Tabletop Time Purity seals.
Purity seal.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
That's so cool. It's got the TTT on the head. How and when did this get made?
In secret, you know.
That's so cool.
So thank you for all your hard work, and I just want to make
That's
sure
really
you guys had
cute. I
something
love
to hold
it.
on to.
No, that's really cool.
Yeah, these are amazing.
Thanks for all your hard work, guys. High fives for the Emperor.
That's on the scroll somewhere, right? High five to the Emperor.
Yes, actually, in Latin. So, yeah.
So you spelt my name right, so I don't know what to do with this.
I know. I was going to spell it wrong. But I thought it's too permanent.
Oh, thanks so much.
No worries. Now you have a board to finish.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Back to reality.
Well, with Emperor prayers, we should be okay.
So at last, we got to add the hand. We were so scared that we would run out of time or out of space and not be able to add it. But we are. We're doing it right now. And I'm going to basically go through and construct it. We already used the rest of the hand as a test piece for all the streak and grime, so it's already painted, but that's fine. I gotta sort through all these digits that we have already pre-washed and find out how I can pose it. We want to have the ability to place an objective marker inside this hand. I'm going to go through the instructions and find out how we can best assemble this.
We had very ambitiously already streaking grimed the core of this hand, but we forgot all the rest of it. So Murray had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, so I decided that the coolest thing would be the hand is reaching up out of the ground. You know, it was strong Terminator vibes, and I think a lot of the comments wanted that as well. However, it wouldn't really allow for something to be placed inside it, so I went for a slightly reclined feel, which would also feel a bit more natural as the Titan has fallen to its death as well. So it's going to be palm up in the ground. I'm also going to fill in some of the gaps with Sculpted when we put it on the base to help create some level ground there to encourage people to put both an objective marker or maybe even their hero in there. I want to see people's selfies with their heroes on this board. Now, this is a Chaos Titan, so of course we had to go for the really spiky Wolverine-ish claws, and it just creates this death cage around the objective area, which just looks so cool. I want to see a Vindicare assassin poking out of this. Oh, that would be so cool. This is all assembled. We've got the big fat thumb as well. I've sculpted that so it's out of the way of anything tall that might go in there, and I'm gonna start putting on the armor plates.
I have to ask, was one of the fingers actually broken, like one of the nails?
I broke that artistically.
Nice.
Oh, and then it's streaking grime.
And alcohol. Don't forget the alcohol.
And of course, I've painted the panels on this Titan to match the
Legio Mortis.
to match the Legio Mortis Titan itself. Then just a little bit of gold all over the trim to match it in and make it look a bit more grand.
So we had decided we needed a little bit more spice on the table in the form of some Mechanicus ruins. Jen set about making that.
Yeah, so some of these were already made up, which meant all I needed to do was spray them up and get painting. So starting off with a base spray of Chaos Black, then moving on to a cream color by Vallejo. This gave me the foundation that I'd be able to put some color on top and some weathering effects as well. After applying a brown tone wash and letting this dry, I went over the top with a cream colored dry brush. Once that was all dry, I decided to add some accent colors onto this big piece here. I saw this as like a water drum, or maybe even petrol that could be near a station or something. Either way, I wanted this to be a bright color, so I painted it this beautiful vivid red. And lastly, it was adding on some weathering effects and some dry sponging. Going over the top with some rain effects and grime with Vallejo pigment paints, and then using various rust colors and silvers on top to give it a more aged look.
I think when you combine all these elements, it really pulls it together and makes it feel like part of the board. Having a few extra things to put on the board in the areas that feel sparse and make it feel a little bit more lived in is definitely a good move.
Plus, it also helps with game balancing.
So with Murray applying a beautiful signature clean black paint to the edges and letting that dry, it was time for us to really start to unravel as we put together all of the steps, all the pieces that we'd been missing, and did our last touches on the board.
Yes, it was definitely the final stretch. We were all very stressed and some chaos did ensue.
So it's probably worth just letting you watch our rambling.
Please forgive us.
All right, so it's time for a little bit of road action. And I don't mean the microphone.
Dramatic. Ba-da-bum, bum-bum, ba-da-da-dum-bum. Ah!
All right, this is not long-term glue. This is stay still while we sculpt them on glue. So the one thing that's important is the middle. This tile on the left has to go down last every time.
Give me your toe, Bean. Let me secure your toe.
Okay, so we're just making a little like end to the road just because we made a road and it didn't lead anywhere. So now the road will have an end, and that end is here. Did we decide we were going to put this like there?
I think just off to the side, because Claw was going to go roughly here, I think.
So further away than that?
Yeah.
You know what? We'll go half.
It can block line of sight.
Going half
things going across the earth. So it's going to be like that.
Ah, I see.
And if it's like this, there's sort of some room for a tank to go here.
At the same time,
No, it's
if you didn't have kids, you could spend more money on Warhammer. Just saying. Titan or Toddler, the new game show.
Awesome. Cool. Right there. Easy.
Put your baby in the hole.
Baby in the hole! I found an issue. He doesn't actually reach the ground, therefore he doesn't reach the glue. Dave, what are you doing to me?
Murray, what are you doing to me?
Baby must fit.
Desperation.
Baby fit. My baby! Dude, we're going in.
Still barely fits. Where does it start?
Everywhere, apparently. Problem is the hole's like being filled in with sculptor mold, so.
Lower the baby. Oh, he's totally mushed into glue now.
That's what we wanted.
And now we just have to bury his feet in sculptor.
Yep.
It was after 1 a.m. on the Friday night, so Saturday morning, and we had to be at Arc at 8 a.m. the next day in Melbourne, a bit over an hour's drive away. So with less than 5 hours sleep ahead of us and the board finished, we could finally rest, sit back and take a look. And we really hope you enjoy the fruit of our labor.
Yeah, this board has been one of our most intense projects, but I can say without a doubt every single one of us and everyone in the studio has absolutely loved this process, and we hope that you have enjoyed these videos as well. Let's take a look at the final product.
Now we'll show you some more spicy reveals later in the video, but we did want to go through and give you an overview of what we've built because you'll be seeing it in a lot of shots in the next half of the video because we're going to Arc and we wanted to take you on that journey and show you what the event was like, and we had a lot of fun there and met some cool people. So yeah, come continue on this ride. All right, we finally made it to Arc.
We did it.
The Titan board is here. People have just started round 1. This is going to be a super exciting day and a great opportunity to meet a whole bunch of people.
I'm excited!
I already met a few people who've been watching the channel and, are really excited to see the board and, the next 4 to 6 videos on it.
Yeah, they get a sneak peek for sure. But you've watched the journey, hopefully, and you're here to see the finale.
Let's go inside.
Yeah, come join us.
So we were at Arc and it was amazing to see our board in context. The team at Legends and Lore, a YouTube channel who do battle reports and are located in Victoria, please go check them out. Give them a subscribe. They're really cool guys. I had set up this amazing live streaming rig to live stream the event, and our board was the first board to be played on for the event.
Not gonna lie, we were a little bit scared of how the battles would actually perform on this board, but seeing how models were placed and how friendly everyone was towards it was amazing to say the least.
The caliber of armies on display at Arc was honestly fantastic, and one of my biggest takeaways from the event was just a reminder of my passion for the hobby. It's easy when we're locked away in a studio painting and producing content for YouTube to forget about the sort of face-to-face joys that brought us into the hobby to begin with. Murray and I were basically getting very enthusiastic about Knights, and overall we decided that we would love to play next year.
I saw a lot of Sisters of Battle being played and it made my heart sing with joy. Also a lot of Dark Elder, which was amazing.
It was also great to see Golden Demon alumni and legendary painter Victoria Lamb at the event. She was judging the Arc Open, their first inaugural year of their painting competition, and had brought along some minis and samples of her future Kickstarter as well. And these look super cool. I absolutely love them.
It was really great to meet Victoria and to get her inside perspective into the hobby and into miniature modeling as well. So if you don't know who Victoria is, I recommend you go check her out. Links will be in the description down below.
Another truly awesome thing I love to see at Arc was these super cool army displays that people transported their army in.
Yeah, this is kind of something new and unique. I've never seen this before, but so many people had these awesome dioramas that their armies sat in while they were waiting.
It's something I'd be interested in doing on the channel if you would all like to see it. Maybe we could make a showcase diorama, almost an Armies on Parade board for each of our armies.
That would be amazing.
Actually, Armies on Parade, that sounds like a sweet video.
Yeah.
It was at this event that Emil and Lucas from Squidmar had come along, and also we were lucky enough to bump into Trent from Miscast. It was truly awesome to be surrounded by such amazing creators and have them check out our Titan board and, well, basically come up with ways in which they could top us in future videos. Let's be honest here, the competition is rife between us YouTubers.
But I have to say, it is so satisfying to hear Squidmar say, Warlord Titan.
Great impersonation, Jen.
And we even took along a little emergency kit for any mishaps like we had at one point with the hand, but all good. Everything is fixed.
But truly, I have to say the #1 highlight of the event was getting to meet all of the wonderful people who loved our work and approved of our board build. I feel like we really won a few people over. We still had some people cringing at the loss of these Titans, but people rapidly began to see that these Titans really are going to be enjoyed by everyone in a way that Titans just aren't. They're not going to be collecting dust in someone's personal collection. They are going to be played on every single day by loving hobbyists for free from all across Australia.
What was truly great about this day was the amount of people who just came up to us to talk hobby, all the things that we wanted to do, the things that we'd seen, the things we'd painted and made. It was really cool. We would chat with people for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. It was just a great time.
Even sharing some of their cool old minis that we might be interested in, such as a Doomcrawler, a legitimate Doomcrawler, like the one I remade on the channel.
Yeah,
it's so much tinier in person.
Your little Scully tank, yeah, no, that was so cool.
Love it. I like when this kid's like, hi. There was an absolutely outstanding array of miniatures submitted to Arc Open's first painting competition, Arc Open, which was open to busts, large miniatures, and non-Games Workshop properties as well. It was super cool to see, and there was so much Australian talent on display, and it was amazing to see some of the award winners. And I recommend you go and check out Arc's Instagram page if you want to see all of those winners displayed with beautiful photography. They were so hard at work getting everything done, and I was super impressed with how they conducted themselves and how they managed the event. It was truly a treat to see all of this, and once again, it made me itch. I really want to submit something next year and be brutally compared to these amazing miniature painters.
Yeah, seeing everyone's work was really inspiring, and we were so lucky that we got to see so many amazing minis.
We're going to share with you some extra reveals so we can all enjoy this board from every angle, because of course, this is the last video in the Titan board series.
And if you're down House of War's way and would like to see them, they are the sponsors for this entire video. video series.
That's right, the board was paid for and commissioned by House of War and will be living at their game store alongside Squidmar's Metal Thunderhawk. Thank you to Arc for inviting us along as guests. It truly was special to be included in such an awesome group of people, players, and creators.
It definitely got us back in touch with the hobby, and I think it will always share a special place in our hearts.
And a final thank you to our patrons. It was a great fun creating that Titan board thread in the Discord and sharing our drama, our woes, our whips, and our fun times as well as we built this board. Patrons are the cornerstone of how we can afford to make the content that we make as often as we do. So if you'd love to support the channel and you enjoy what we do, please consider joining up to our Patreon. Links are in the description. And we've given you about 10 things to click on in this video. So go click happy, go check out some cool creators, Instagrams, web stores, and all that, and have a wonderful day. Oh, but wait, there's an outro.
We're back home after an amazing arc. Hello, everyone. We're dancing in the studio. I hope you loved our journey that we went on with our massive Titan board as well. All thanks to Arc40k and House of War. Amazing events, amazing game stores. So go give them some love and say thank you to them as well.
Yes.
And for our video itself, this video, a big thank you to Terragon Tiles for the sponsorship. It really helps us get these videos made.
All this support has helped us make something incredible that now can be enjoyed by anyone in the area for free anytime.
We're done! Yay!
So the tabletop time production machine goes on. As you can see, the warehouse is clean, well, as clean as it gets. We're ready to start our next big project. So what do you think that should be? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe, like, be good to each other.
See you next time.